copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Back to Kentucky in the Kentucky 150, still no cautions, and that has been good news for Scott Carlson, bad news for the rest of the field. Look at that. That's Wayne Bowen, the 23, and Phil, looks like there's some sheet metal hanging off over the right side.
Look at Jeff Fultz in the 54 car on the outside of Wayne Bowen, and if something came off of Wayne Bowen's car, that would probably necessitate a caution flag, which a lot of these guys are hopeful for. But I saw Jeff Fultz running slow up above here, Wayne Bowen. Something's got to be going wrong with him.
Yeah, watching now on the track, Fultz does not seem to be up to speed any longer. He's been running so well, the series points leader. Bowen, as you see the sheet metal hanging off that 23. And now, yes, Fultz is slowed and is coming down on the pit road. Your points leader, this is going to be an unscheduled pit stop. There are some guys who are talking about maybe a gas and go at the midway point, but not Fultz. This not scheduled.
I don't think so at all. I think if he was going to do a gas and go, it would be later in the race. It would just right about halfway. So we saw him slowing on the racetrack. So he definitely has a problem. I don't know if it's an engine problem, whatever. It looks pretty serious, whatever it is, because he's going behind Darnell for 50 laps running nose to tail. So everybody except Scott Carlson.
Wilkinson and Skillman have gotten to know each other pretty well. Now here's our leader, Scott Carlson, coming down on pit road, and he will surrender the lead for the first time tonight. Carlson, the pole sitter out of Pensacola, Florida. Will he take fuel only? Let's head down now to pit road, covering his stop. Here's Glenn Jarrett.
And leader Scott Carlson is coming down pit road in his number 57. This is the first time all night he's had to relinquish the lead. The crew has told me this will be gas and go, fuel only. They will clean the front grille. They're checking the tires on the right side, but they will not change tires. Man, only about 10 or 12 seconds, and Scott was down and away. Fuel only, so pretty good strategy there. They're getting awfully good tire wear. His lap times were still good. They decided not to take a chance on changing tires.
And the second place car of Charlie Bradbury also on pit road and pretty much followed the leader, and that was a pretty quick fuel stop.
That sure was. That was only about 4 seconds. They added a piece of tape to the front end, a little more front downforce, a little faster, a little better aerodynamics.
Skillman also on pit road. About 10 laps left to go now. Maybe a change in strategy for that car, Glenn.
Well, we're still in leader John Wilkinson's pits, and now his crew chief, David Melvin, has told me that they are not going to pit. They're going to try to stretch this thing and go all the way. My count, that's 150 miles on a tank of fuel. And there's a car running out of fuel on the racetrack right now. Something happened. That's no Eddie Mercer, number 72. Smoke coming out, so the caution should probably come out as Mercer slows. So this could be the break that they are looking for here in the 59 pit. What a gamble, but it might pay off for them.
Eddie Mercer got his car right off the racetrack, so I don't think it may not necessitate a caution flag, Mike.
So Mercer coming down to the attention of his crew, and obviously with some serious problems on that car, but I do not see a yellow flag. And there he is, our leader on pit road. John Wilkinson is going to have to stop for fuel.
He must have got either the thing blubbered or he's got a fuel pressure gauge that started fluctuating on him, so it felt like he had to get in the pits.
Well, let's head back down now to pit road. Some of the drama here. Here's Glenn Jarrett.
And John Wilkinson finally brings the car in after that discussion or the report that I just made. They decided it wasn't worth the risk. The fuel gauge was showing, or the fuel pressure gauge was showing almost empty, so they came in for a splash and go. And let's see if he can get back out in front of Scott Carlson's number 57.
And meanwhile, there's some real trouble on that right front for Eddie Mercer.
Yeah, tough break for Eddie Mercer. The opposite cut down the right front tire there, so it's gonna really hurt his finishing position.
Now back out in the lead, who else? Our pole sitter, Scott Carlson, who led most of this race. Gave it up when he came on pit road for fuel, but has regained the lead now. Can he hold on for the finish? What a day it's been so far for Scott Carlson. Under 4 laps to go now in the Kentucky 150, and this race is Scott Carlson's, it appears.
After making a pit stop, he's got about a 7-second lead over second place Eric Darnell, so he has just made a shambles of this thing.
Now the car running second is Eric Darnell. More on his story. Let's go back down to Glenn.
The only car so far by my estimation, guys, that hasn't stopped is number 7, Eric Darnell. I'm in his pit right now. They say that he hasn't stopped and they don't plan to stop. 150 miles on a tank of fuel. Of course, Eric's grandfather was the legendary Bay Darnell, who was a USAC stock car racer back in the 50s and 60s. Used to win a lot of races. I remember when my dad was running NASCAR Winter Cup races, Bay Darnell was winning a lot of USAC races. So they're rolling the dice, making the gamble. Looks like it might pay off. He's only got about 2.5 laps to go.
Another one of those young guns in this series who you'll hear a lot more from in the future, Eric Darnell. And meanwhile, Scott Carlson with now under 2 laps to go. And as you see, has led most of the way tonight. Very, very impressive. Won here last August as well.
That's our 5th place runner, Ray Skillman, right behind him. So he's got all but 3 other cars in the lead lap, or lap down.
Now just 4 cars, including Carlson, on the lead lap. We are coming to the white flag this time. One more time around now for Scott Carlson. A week ago, finished 3rd after starting dead last at Nashville. Won here in August. Loves this racetrack. And boy, did he have the setup tonight.
Race car drivers dream of having days like this where you can't do anything wrong. He had to make a pit stop. Eric Darnell, it looks like the 2nd place car is going to be able to finish, but he was still fast enough to be able to overcome that and win this race.
So around the arm out the window, the wave to the crowd here. The checkered flag waves for Scott Carlson, who for the 2nd straight race here at Kentucky has come home a winner. Now, the battle for 3rd place. Joey Miller, Charlie Bradbury, the 78 wants to get him, can't do it. What a run for Miller.
Sure was a tremendous run. 18-year-old Joey Miller and Charlie Bradbury more than likely will take over the point lead with a 4th place finish.
And a happy night now for Scott Carlson in out of Pensacola, Florida, who has won here at Kentucky. Let's take a look now at our final results. Joey Miller, what a run. And again, only 4 cars on the lead lap.
153 mile an hour average speed. That's the fastest stock car race in the history of Kentucky Speedway.
Down through the field. Stanley Smith finished 12th, a couple laps down. Jeff Fultz, who came in leading the points, 30th tonight, 49 laps down. Well, let's go down to victory lane. Here's Glenn Jarrett.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This is a presentation of Fox Sports.